hea te nui o te ao. He tangata. E te ti e te tā tēnā koutou katoa. Nau mai, whakatau mai ki tēnei o ngā whakapāhotanga. I runga ia whakaata Māori ki whea, ki konei, ki kirikiri roa. Waikato tani wharau he piko he taniwha, e ngā mana e ngā reo, tēnā rā koutou katoa whakatau mai rā.
Kia ora watu e hoa Monday rā te mihi ka koutou katoa ko Dale tēnei, and a warm welcome to you wherever you're viewing this Super 8 rugby from Hamilton Boys High School in the beautiful Kirikiriroa in the heart of Tainui and Waikato. Welcome once again to Whakaata Māori and our online viewers as well. We're broadcasting live from field number 1 of our host school Hamilton Boys High, in which we're waiting for this Week 11 clash between our hosts Hamilton Boys High School and Gisborne Boys. Joining us as well as Moiho husband is Mere Baker, a very experienced international player and also coach. Nei rā te mihi kia koe te tuahine, tēnā koe Mere.
Oh, tēnā koe, nau mai haere mai. It's going to be a brilliant day as we can see that shot coming up as well. It's a bit muddy out there, but it's going to be a fast one though. It's a little bit slippery on top, that's for sure.
Well, it's always a celebration when these two proud kura come together. And let's go and have a look at the coach interviews. And first up, we caught up with the coach of the Gisborne team, Dwayne Hihi. Kia ora noa, Dwayne. It's good to catch up with you again. You guys have been tracking reasonably well. Come close a couple of times through the year.
Yeah. Still trying to find our feet, but just finishing the job is our focus today. Getting nearabouts, but just trying to finish the job and take it to the next step.
Everyone wants to knock over Hamilton though, Dwayne.
Yeah, they've been the tip of the iceberg for a long time, and hopefully we can nullify a few of the options so we can actually get in there and compete and restrict their scoring opportunities.
A couple of guys we can keep an eye out for out of your squad?
Yeah, got a couple there. Manu at number 8, we've got a few outside backs that are pretty entertaining in that, so yeah, hopefully they can get into their strides pretty early, and yeah.
Well, they're a bit nervous, mate. The underdog can get up in sport, as we know.
Oh, definitely. It's universal, like I said. They're the tip of the iceberg, and we're trying to just disrupt what they do and how they execute their jobs.
Go well. Hope it's a good game.
No worries. Yeah, thanks very much.
Hey!
Ko te reo tērā o te Dwayne Hihi kaiako o Tauranga Nui Ākiwa. Rāua ko tana wahine a Carmen Hihi. Te hāpai o mo tēnei tira. Hei akua nei e hoa maka kitea i ngā mahi ārehia. Te Haka a tāne rore.
A lot of respect for these two teams for the history of the kura and also the players that have worn these jerseys. As we see the host kura moving forward here, we'll get, of course, the Haka, that's such a tradition here, and tremendous success that this kura has achieved over the years. The most recent of them, Nigel Hotham's young fella Noah, who made his debut. Cortez Ratima also from this kura as well. Nigel Hotham's gone across to Hong Kong, and the squad now is coached by Greg Kirkham. That's Hamilton Boys High School. Gisborne have had a tough old year this year, but as we know, the underdog can get up in sport, and they'll be doing their best when they come up against this crack Hamilton outfit. As we acknowledge and celebrate here on Whakaata Māori this cultural dimension to sport, as we see our young rangatahi about to perform our haka that we treasure so much as Ngai Māori.
Anā kua takoto te manuka. I ngā kapa e rua, e mihi ana ki e rātu āhuatanga a kuima a koroma. Tika ana kia mihi a tonutia tō tātou kingi Māori atu heitia. Po tātou te whero te tuawhetu. Ka mutu ko te kāhui ariki whanui tonu rire hou pai marire.
Let's have a look at the team list here just before we get underway. And the referee Ben Brownlee looking after things, Gisborne. They'll be led by Puna Hihi, such a prominent name within the Gisborne Boys High School rugby fraternity. And his papa, Dwayne Hihi, is of course the coach of the Gisborne lineup. Let's have a look at the bench here for Tauranga, who make their way here to the Waikato. And we'll have a look as well to the Hamilton Boys High School squad. Plenty of experience there. Liam van der Hayden is in the 3 jersey. We've used to seeing him at the back, but they're stacked full of talent. They'll be captained by Mitch Swan. Keep your eye out too for Dallas Rata as well. And Hamilton Boys, here's the bench. Lovely. Dromgoole, Mills, Hills, Coleman in the mix. Great to have you with us here and on what started off as a foggy day in Hamilton, but now has lifted to become a beautiful day for sport. And Ben Brownlee is the kaiwawao.
Ai, anei rā ko te referee, te kaiwawao mo tēnei o ngā ringi, kei aia tupu tātara, kei aia hoki te mana whakahaere, ara ko Ben Brownlee. Kei ona tahataha, our assistant referees are Stain Smith and Ryan Ollington.
Kia ora, we're about to get underway, and it will be Hamilton who will be playing left to right from our broadcast position here at the Kura. Well, it is so important that Gisborne stay in touch in the early exchanges. Their kicking game will be absolutely vital. They're up against a team that has had a wonderful season here. Gisborne, on the other hand, have struggled. So it's going to be a big ask for them, but the start's going to be absolutely vital.
Absolutely, they need to make sure they've got a bit of continuity, get some composure, hold on to the ball and really push Hamilton Boys back. But the other thing is the Hamilton Boys have only lost 1 game, so against Tauranga, but you know that Tauranga side was really good, so it's up, the task is there for Gizzy. Ngāti Parau Hati here, so it'll be good to watch them play.
Absolutely, and it's the first scrum of the afternoon, and great to have you with us here on Whakaata Māori, celebrating the best in sport, and big ups to all of the sponsors who have helped to bring our rangatahi tākaro live through the YouTube channels, and today right live on Whakaata Māori. And we've got drone technology as an assistance to our coverage here this afternoon, and we'll get some beautiful images from on high.
Tahi anō a tamanui te rā ka puta ki te rangi. I te ata nei he rangi ka puapua i konei i Kirikiriroa. Today we're here in the beautiful Kirikiriroa in the view in the heart of Tainui Waikato. Welcome to all our viewers watching on Whakaata Māori and online. Broadcasting here from Field 1 at our host school, Hamilton Boys High. Ready for this week's Week 11 clash between our hosts, Hamilton Boys High School and Gisborne.
Just about to get the scrum underway, as we said. Mitch Swan with the responsibilities here, Ben Brownlee, who lives in the proud Waikato town of Morrinsville. He's in control of the action. The Kaiwawao is Swan, who gets hold of the ball, flicks it out nicely. Oh, this is a lovely injection immediately from the fullback Brotherway. He's to ground now. Swan again. He'll work it out, and it's carted forward by Tom Martin. He'll set the stage for an attack here through into Miller, who's playing on the side of the scrum. Again, Swan through the hands of Delastrata to mark in there. And now this is Waita Hainga, who manages to get the ball down the left edge. But the referee will call them back. That's Max Cutter playing on the left wing for the host school.
Yeah, well, they've drawn a penalty here, but that's great. They moved the ball from right to left and kept on keeping attacking really hard on that left edge. They looked as though they were going a bit further, but they've pulled a penalty and they'll grab it into that left space, looking at their set piece. And if we look at this highlights here, just getting that ball, look at those passes, they're really good to hand, offloads as well, and they just keep it, making sure they keep the ball alive, but they've pulled that penalty. Now they're in the corner on the left-hand side for their set piece, which is going to be crucial.
Well, that was great play too, and the couriering of the football through the back line was very, very sharp, and already an indication of the talents that this young Hamilton squad have. Good climb for the ball. That's Corbin Dunlop, who pulls it in nicely for Kirikiriroa. And they too will get another chance to go quickly with it. Swan takes the tap, peels the ball across into Miller. Miller goes to ground. Gisborne under pressure here. Their defensive line is being tested already. Down the left edge they come as well. Hamilton with Stefan Newman with the ball. And another opportunity for Hamilton boys. Close to the line as well. So a ton of pressure on at the moment for Gisborne on the far side of the field. And stepping in to take the kick into touch is Jackson Brotherway.
100%. They've had all the possession, and the territory that the hometown has found themselves at the right end of the field is a great opportunity to break the ice and put points on the board.
Tap and go once again. It's Miller. He likes the tough stuff too, young Jack, and they'll go down the left corridor looking for an opportunity. Bit of a dummy as well as we get underway here. Was looking back at the previous play. Climbing high and smart too is Newman. And now the forwards coming to muscle up and give him support. Plenty of confidence on show here from Hamilton, and they're really making the ball do the work. This is Cutter comes in once again and Cutter towards the line. Gisborne are being really tested here at the moment. Pressure on. Swan with the football. He can see the line but can't quite get there. Danger times though for Tauranga, as moving in to make the players Rata. And now the big number 8 is in the mix, Raybards, Jack Raybards. This is sustained pressure that Hamilton are applying and really issuing the challenge at the moment to Tauranga. And once again, it's another penalty, referee Brownlee.
Yeah, they've got to be careful here, Gisborne. That's probably the third penalty that they've had in a row. But, Hamilton boys are moving the ball really well. They're getting on the back of it. They're making a quick ruck, and then they're moving it again. So it's really hard to defend.
Pai te kite atu I te mana whakahaere a Ben Brownlee iaia e whakātu atu ana I ngā ture me ki o te kemu. Really important for the referee to clearly state his intentions in managing the boys following his kawa or tikanga, I suppose, on the field. And a few early penalties up against Gisborne boys. They've really put themselves under a bit of pressure.
Well, we know that the referee is mic'd up today, so when it's appropriate, we'll bring up his audios. So those of you watching on your platforms or at home can get a better idea of what's going on here. But what we do know is Tauranga's been under the pump. It's actually very creditable towards them that they've been able to repel Hamilton at the moment. But can they sustain that defensive mahi? And the answer to that is played out right in front of us as Hidaka Waita Hainga gets in for the first try for Hamilton after 6 minutes.
Yeah, what a strong scrum that was. It was nice. It's nice and solid scrum. It just opened up the left-hand side, and all it did was a 9 pass over there and get on the outside of the edges of the defender.
E hia ke ngā ngaru, e whawhati mai ana ki tērā o ngā whenua a Tūrangi. Wave after wave after wave, they were very difficult to stop. And as you mentioned earlier, it was too much in the end. But well done to Hamilton boys for going across the chalk.
Tēnā koe, appreciate that, Moiho, Takutama. And of course, a standout player of the year for the Mount Wellington Under 9s, eh son? Back in the day.
Back in the days.
Let's ride this one from wide out. Well, Hamilton have got a lot to prove here. They just want to maintain the momentum going forward. It's a difficult kick. It's about 6 metres in from touch on the far side of the field. It's a nice strike and raises the flag. So a wonderful start here for Kirikiriroa.
Yeah, we're 7 minutes into the first half, and they've had all the possessions. But I have liked the way Gisborne, and if we look at this replay here, like I said, solid scrum on here, back over here, and he just gets on the outside of his players. And if anyone's at home and you're attacking, you want to get on the outside of that shoulder of your player, so it opens it up a little bit. And that's all he did, really.
I've really liked the work of Mitch Swan. He's got a lot of experience, Mitch Swan, and he's certainly advantaged by having been a representative for Rangitaua at the World Global Youth Sevens Tournament. That's the halfback for the home team who continue on the roll. They've got the football as it's worked out here by Rata Makine. Little dummy and straight, and good pass down the left edge as well, picking up Kara, and he darts forward. It's so vital now for Tauranga to get the ball, and they'll get first use of the ball. It's taken 8 minutes really. They've been going backwards and absolutely peppered by an attack. Hell-bent on making a statement early on in this one, Mede.
Yeah, great defence there by the Gisborne boys, and like you said, they have had that waves of attack and they have defended really, really well, and this time they just made sure that they stayed on their feet and they got the penalty. The one thing I'm liking about Hamilton's attack, it's from depth. A lot of teams can play really flat. This team here is coming from depth so they can get on the outside a lot quicker.
Ka roa hoki ki tēnei kapa o Tauranga nui a kiwa. Kei te whiore o te tepu rātou I tēnei wā at the bottom of the table, unfortunately.
Well, it didn't go into touch, and so it's sent down the field where it's taken, and Gisborne still have the football, and now it's important to link up with the forwards who are getting back. They expected that one to go into touch and were working forward. So down the right edge, Gisborne with their first real opportunity with ball in hand. Good defensive work from Ralph. Looking at it is Beatty. Gisborne needed to control the football. Referee Brownlee was right on top of that one. Looked up for a moment, wondered if he'd be picked up for a knock-on. Not so. Gisborne decided to give the ball some air, but the defence on the outside has come up quickly, including Ollie Guerin, who makes the tackle. Shafe Kora is the captain. Puna Hihi in the mix, still with Tauranga. Their number 8, Mano Tavake, puts the ball down. Danger time and scrambling here at the moment, and the scrum feed for Kirikiriroa.
Oh, wow. That line speed was phenomenal. It just came up, two-man tackle in here, and the dominant straight away. You just look at this here, this tackle, bang. That's the kind of tackles you need to do in the midfield. You need to stifle that ball, and Hamilton did it really, really well. The other thing over here, two-man tackle, boom. Here it is. It's a dominant tackle. It means it's really hard to get front foot ball on that as well.
Loving your sound effects, Mede.
Boom, boom, and bang, splat, splat. Crash, bang. We've got it all here at Whakata Māori. Big mihi to you that have tuned in on our linear feed. Ka mutu kia koutou, kua tūhono mai a ipurangi nei. Whakatau mai, what a scorcher, what a beautiful day we have for First 15 Rugby League Secondary School Super 8 competition.
Yes.
Ka nui te mihi.
Did I hear you say Rugby League?
No
I've made the mistake before myself. Hey, it's sport, it's our young people, we love it. Whatever code it is, whatever they're doing, we are into tautoko. And to ground goes Maxwell Kara on the far side of the field. So Tauranga fighting hard here.
Yeah, great defence there by Gizzy over on the right-hand edge over there. They just got on their scramble D. I love it. Love when it's scramble D like that, and they're really putting some pressure on the attack, and they get the turnover.
Hamilton boys sitting second currently on the Super 8 table with Tauranga boys up top. If we look at it upside down, the Gisborne boys are on top. And so in third place, we've got Hastings Boys High School. Fourth, Napier. Fifth, Rotorua. Sixth, Palmerston North. Seventh, Plymouth. And 8th, Algazzi Boys. So, yeah, got the work cut out for them today.
Surely. But it's what we like. The underdog has the potential to get up, and they're coming in with a bit of attitude at the moment to Gisborne. Down by the one try. Converted from wide out as well. Gisborne with the ball. The defence is strong too, as Waitai Hainga, the try scorer, rips the ball away. But a welcome penalty for the visitors from Tauranga Nui Akiwa.
Yeah, that's better attack there from Gisborne again. They got over the gain line. The one thing that they probably need to heads up a little bit, and just this isn't critical, is that Hamilton boys are not committing to the ruck, they're zero rucking, so they could go for a pop or they could just, the offload there a little bit. It looks like this ball's not going out, Dale.
Ko te tuarua tērā tuahine mere, karea no Gisborne kia whai te poro, kia whanahia te poro ki ngā tahata. It's the second time since they've tried to find the clearance.
Mitch Swan with the kick downtown, reads the game nicely, Swan. And this time, the kick again won't find touch and into the hands of Cutter, who sends it across. And so they're putting pressure on themselves at the moment as the kick comes off the boot of Rata Makine. Down into the end goal. Problematic at the back for Gisborne. Support slow to retreat. They're coming into numbers now. Beckle Page helping out. Gisborne need to control the football here. To ground with it is the skipper, He. Still with possession. 13 gone, just the one try so far. There's a charge down.
Ooh.
It could have been very dangerous for Gisborne. Ultimately, though, they survived that one. Good to have you with us here on Whakaata Māori. This is Super 8, coming at you live, bilingually as well. 13 gone, 7-0.
Yeah, that pressure came from the kick. They're way back over the halfway and they kicked it straight into the in goal and they tried to run it out. But I'll tell you what, Hamilton's defence, you watch the defence when it comes to the A's and the side defenders. They are staying on their feet. That is crucial. You have to stay on your feet, so that means you've got more numbers on the defence, which is harder to penetrate.
Me pēhe kore ai whakamihi I te hāpai o, me ki te ngā huru ka whai ai tēnei manu, ka rewa ai tēnei manu, New Zealand farming, carbon farming, Whakaata Māori, Celtics and Apollo projects. A big mihi once again to Rob Waddell and his team for getting back behind the initiative of encouraging rangatahi to get involved with sport.
Yeah, and it's part of Māori Active too. So not just our rangatahi, part of the kaupapa here that Whakaata Māori are promoting is the need for us all to be active throughout the course of our lives. So mums, dads, uncles and aunties, it's not just about our young people, it's about each of us doing just a little bit every single day. 7-0 as Mitch Swan about to feed the scrum, and a great opportunity here for the home team to go back to back. Gisborne on the other hand, well, they just need to be razor sharp with their focus on their defensive work. It's going to be tough for them at the moment as Swan gets hold of the ball and he's got numbers. Rata Makine once again, danger time, and the 13 is through for the try. That's Ollie Guerin, and try number 2, not unexpected, bearing the weight of possession that the home team have enjoyed in the game so far.
Yeah, well, look at that scrum. They dominated the scrum. They twisted it up so that gave them more space to get on the outside. And all they did have has runners coming on all different spaces, and it just opened it up. It's really hard to defend that as well. There's a scrum there. He's drifting across the 10, and there he is there, just comes back on the inside.
The previous result for our Hamilton boys team, I tēnei tau e hoa maha, they had a game up against New Plymouth, 29 points to 0. Palmy, 39-20. A game up against Rotorua as well, 32 points to 8. And a very close victory up against Napier, Ahuriri, 25 points to 24. Ko tahi ana ke te hinganga I tēnei tau e hoa maha, only one loss, going down to Tauranga, 18 points to 20.
Yeah, well, that is looming as perhaps the final due on August the 10th, but a ways to go yet in the competition, and another conversion seals a 14-0 lead. 2 tries to 0. A lot of possession, Hamilton, but they've made their luck, and a couple of opportunities for Gisborne have gone begging when they really should have made the touchline on their kicks. Ollie Guerin injecting himself and imposing himself as well from close range to pick up try number 2. There's the proud Kura, and of course it's been the home for many great sports people across the years. They pride themselves on the effectiveness of their first 15 rugby squad.
It's really important that our Gisborne boys respond strongly here. Unfortunately, they hadn't found, they had the ability to find touch on a couple of their penalties.
Ngati Puro and Whakaata Uri, the proud people, they'll be doing their best. They need more possession. Smart thinking to send it downtown, beautifully taken at the back and then delivered across to Kahurangi Leach Waihi. He'll send it downtown as well. And at the back, Brotherway gets hold of the ball. Peels back a couple of metres to fullback. And then he's dragged towards touch. So pretty good defence here from Tauranga, and they celebrate with the high fives from the young men.
Oh, absolutely. That's a great defence. It comes from the start of the kick and the kick chase as well. And there's 4 or 5 of them coming, breathing down his neck here. And here he looked as though he had a bit of space here, but there was 4 defenders over there, and they just got it right, didn't they?
Into touch. So Tauranga have the football. Taking it forward. Here is James McKay. Waiting at the back. Liam Beattie. Needing some good, clean ball, and Hamilton are really hustling in the middle there in the ruck. Hustling to get control of the football. Beattie takes it out. A drive forward. Counteracted to by Jake Raybards, who has the football. Still with Tauranga. And the best opportunity that they have had thus far in the game. 18 gone.
As you say, Dale, just coming up to the 20th minute mark, and this is the first time that Gisborne's been this end of the field. So 14 points to 0.
Little dummy, straightened. The 6 makes the tackle. That's Dunlop. Still in possession. Feeding it up. Fetty McGee, the vice-captain. Hard Yacker in the middle there for Storm de Thea. Now Gisborne still in possession. Best passage of play so far for them. McGee, once again, carts it forward solidly. At the back, peeled to the right-hand side is Beattie. Through the hands of He, who keeps it alive on the far side, out to Leach Waihi. Gisborne still in possession. Big prop forward. Lofalialo has a charging run and needs support. Beattie again, and quickly decides to chip over the top. And this time around it will find touch on the far side of the field. But the best period of play so far in the game for the visitors from Tauranga Nui Akiwa.
Oh, absolutely. That's the best attacking formation that they've had so far. They're playing a 3-3-1 as well, so they're the triangle. But for me, I think what's happening here is they have got really good athletes that can get over the gain line, which looks really, really good. But they just need to add something else in there, I think.
Mena ko au ko Dwayne Hihi, karangirua ka awanga pea tēnei. I runga no I te ahuatanga o te pupuri te poro. It was very pleasing to see the ability of Gizzy to construct some phases. I'm not too sure if finding touch was the right option, but they're going to be pleased with that. The ability to hold the pill and get some phases in order.
That was Dunlop, but it will be a scrum feed here for Gisborne. So again,
Yes.
Getting good field position, Medi, has allowed them an opportunity to have a more structured approach off the back of this set piece as the scrum goes down. Great opportunity here for the visitors.
Oh, absolutely. This is the best opportunity they've had of this half. Like I said, we're in 20 minutes into it. They've got it. They're right on the other side of the field. They've got 30 to 40 metres to work with. For me, I'd be looking at the edge. I'll be having a look at the edge and trying to put some dummies in the middle and get He to open it up a little bit.
Waiting for receipts. He the skipper beside him, and Pala Waipara. And of course, it's Liam Beattie who will feed the scrum. We've got some talent here, there's no doubt about that. Gisborne, and going out the back door. That's smart play. The winger comes in from the far side. In front of the posts here. 22 out. Still keeping it alive. This time, it's He. The 7 on the run. Good push forward from James Mackay. Hamilton under some pressure. Gisborne laying out the challenge. Close to the line here. Referee Brownlee gets in right down low to check out whether or not that try has been scored. Gisborne is celebrating. Brownlee says, I'm okay with it as well. And the first try for the visitors is secured with some fine play. And it's really just needed to have some field position to get them with an opportunity. Once they got there, they were able to strike.
Oh, absolutely. What I said was to go wide a little bit. They did this, but here it is, round the corner. He comes round that corner, and he comes at it with such good pace. He's hitting a hole here and he gets on the back foot there, offloads it here, but he comes again. Watch where he comes here again, the number 12. He as well picks it up, and he goes for it, and that there gives them the edge to get over the line. That is sublime by Gizzy.
Nau te karanga e mere, you called it. I reira hoki a Ben Browley. Hone on the spot, Johnny on the spot, picking up the first 5-pointer. For Tauranga Nui a Kiwa, he kemu. Kei mui te aroaro e hoa mā. We've got a game on our hands and it's great conditions here at Kirikiriroa HBHS, Hamilton Boys High School. Ka mihi rā kia whakata Māori. O tira, ki te minenga, ki ngā māma, ki ngā pāpā, ngā tamariki mokopuna, kuia kaumātua that have come down here to celebrate rugby union at its finest.
Well, Punahihi's a talented player from a very talented whānau as well. From Tauranga Mahake, Ngai Tūhoe Ngati Ruanui. It's already played for the Poverty Bay 18s and is playing senior rugby. And says history is his favourite subject at school. Let's hope he's able to develop a rich history and reputation off the back of his efforts today, the skipper for the visiting squad. 14-5, 22 gone, 35-minute halves here in Super 8 rugby. Dale and Moiho husband alongside Mede Baker in the commentary chair on your behalf. And it's great to have you with us here on Whakata Māori Māori Ora Kia Tātou as we continue to watch Gisborne growing in confidence. That's some good defence as well as Tyrone Mohine is put away. Now that ball's a little askew, but the bounce ultimately kind for Tavake, who picks it up. Defence work is necessary as Ryan Ralph gets in there, and the referee will give a penalty here, Mede.
Yeah, not releasing there. Yeah, you know, the defender came over and he was in a good position to grab the ball, but they just played it on the ground. So we just look at here. This is a bit, he gets a little bit isolated, and there, bang. Plays it on the ground, and great there. He just needed to be a little bit quicker there, the defender. It's pretty good play there by the defending Hamilton boys.
It's always popular here. It's a big exchange. We've had second 15 and junior rugby exchanges as well from Gisborne. It creates great camaraderie among players who meet each other over a course of years. These proud 8 schools from through Hamilton, New Plymouth, Palmerston, North and across as well to the Bay. I hope you're enjoying the action here. And a game really that Hamilton were expected to win, just bearing in mind the form that Gisborne came in with, having not won a game so far in Super 8 2024. But as you can see, there's plenty of attitude, plenty of fight, plenty of character on show here from Gisborne, but they've got some tough defensive work to do right now.
Yeah, they're really just camped out there just about 5 metres from the 5 metre line. But a good scrum here and a good exit will help them as well, and then set up a game for a defensive effort. They do have, I must admit, I'm impressed by Gisborne because their one-on-one athletic ability to get behind the line is very, very good.
There's Liam Beattie. So they'll be very mindful that they have a ton of power. Their scrummaging's been very good so far today, Hamilton Boys High School. Gisborne is still in control as the skipper takes it in, but the ball has been stolen and it is taken out wide. Beautiful stepping at the moment here from Ollie Guerin. He's already scored 1 try, gets them in good field position. Ryan Ralph comes in to support him as Swan works it out to the left edge, and just too many numbers and plenty of football here. Once again, it's Ollie Guerin, and Guerin's been driven across the line. The referee will pull it back, and it's going to be a goal line dropout here. But good sustained pressure once again from the Hamilton boys squad, looking for try number 3.
Oh, yeah. It all started for Hihi trying to do an exit plan, but there was 3 in the tackle there. It was really difficult. Probably needed to put a little bit of footwork in. And then there was a turnover, and they just applied the pressure on the attack.
Tērā te tihi whakatauki e meana, moia te tāne ringa raupa. Marry the man with calloused hands. And at the moment, that's Ollie Guerin, who's picked up the pill quite regularly here at this encounter. My brother gives me stick. He pushes wheelbarrows and I push space bars.
Now, I'm a bit of a pen pusher myself.
Oh, definitely a pen pusher.
A little bit of a knock on out wide. What I do like is the expansive game, born out of confidence. This team's played a lot of good rugby already this season. They understand each other's play, and they've been really chaining the passes through the back line superbly through the course of the action. Let's have a look back on some of the recent action. Now this Swan, this Guerin, been very prominent in the last 10 minutes or so. He scored a try in the 15th minute, and at 14-5, you'd have to take your hat off a little bit here to Tauranga. Just on 7 to play in the first half. That scrum has folded like a house of cards hitting the deck. Referee Ben Brownlee asks for it to be reset.
Yeah, we need this to be reset again as well. And, you know, they're just outside. It looks like they're just outside the 22 or just over the halfway. Can't see it from that drone shot. But I tell you what, this is a good opportunity for Gizzy just to get some continuity, hold the ball a little bit, game manage this a little bit, and if they have to kick it, put it straight into that corner.
So denied. Liam Beattie with the football. He'll take it out. So Beattie needing some control here. They're just steadying the ship, making sure they're all heading in the right direction, getting the backs in conjunction with the forward play through the middle. That's a nice little carry. Not having to do too much, forcing Hamilton Boys defenders to be mindful as they get the ball back and into the hands of the skipper. He kicks it towards touch. Fullback deciding to send it back and in kind. Fullback, Kahurangi, Leach, Waihi this time forced to kick it out and to touch on the far side of the field. So hanging with them in a way, Gisborne, but they really do need to stay razor sharp with their work here, their defensive work, because they look threatening every time they're this close. And hats off to Hamilton Boys High School. They're playing a good brand of football here this afternoon in front of their home crowd on a gorgeous day here in the proud Waikato City. Climbing for it and taking it nicely is Corbin Dunlop. They've got the numbers. It's through Swan. That ball will hit the deck, but the half volley pickup is good. And then out to the right wing, and Ross Anderson flies in to score. Try number 3 for Hamilton Boys High School. Little fortuitous on the bounce, but the half volley pickup was slick, and ultimately Ross Anderson, the benefactor, able to score down the right edge.
Oh, yeah, but you've got to take into consideration here Kata as well. You just watch him come up here. He comes out of nowhere and picks it up on the left-hand side, and it opens it up for the right-hand winger. Now, that's just spectacular for your left-hand winger to be over there on the other side.
Ko tau mai te kura tamatane o Kirikiriroa. A ki tana Tauranga waiwai, ki tēnei o ngā pakanga. Kia Tauranga nui aki wa crafting greatness, tērā te tihi kianga whakatau aki a te kura nei. I'd like to also acknowledge the tumuaki, Jared Williams and his Board of Trustees, senior leadership team, and all the tauira and families that call this school theirs.
Tēnā koe. Well, your try scorer Ross Anderson's his first year in the first 15, hoping to start an apprenticeship. And he was born in Middlemore Hospital, just around the corner from home, up there in, well, the city of Sales. The conversion is unsuccessful, but some lovely lead-up play. And I'm pleased, Mede, that you mentioned Max Cutter. He came across from the left side for that scoop and half volley. You'll see him just emerging here. That ball bounced kindly for him and was able to pick up Ross Anderson, ultimately in to score 19-5.
Sorry, if you look at that again, though, bothering the fullback came in and sold the dummy so he can get on the outside as well. You know, everyone's got a purpose out there, and it's great to see that they've got people running dummies and putting them out the back and then scooping and hooping and things like that. It's great to see, isn't it?
Well, the main thing is that they have a bit of fun out here as well. It's serious stuff, yes, but you know, when you're having fun with your mates, there's a fluidity that emerges into your game, as we see Hamilton once again, knowing that they've got reliable hands on the far side of the field, and once again Cutter is proving to be a handful for the Tauranga defenders. Hamilton Boys now with an opportunity, rare than it is, and Pala Waipara has the football as Gisborne start to roll on.
Yeah, they're going to take it back for the knock-on, but that would have been a great opportunity for Gisborne, and it's going to be a good opportunity for them. They're smack in the middle of the field. They could go either way here with a good, solid scrum. So we just look at here, the defence came out, just couldn't grab it. The one thing that I've been impressed with the Gisborne Boys is their one-on-one breaking line. It's fantastic. One-on-one, every single player of that team can break a line.
Right up. So Swan will feed the scrum. Ereka Tanamahi. My apologies. No, it's staying with Gisborne, so it's Beatty who will feed the scrum here. As you can see, a little bit of work to do from the scrum position, but good field position at the moment. How whakaro e moiha?
Rua noiho ngā miniti e toi ana ki te mutunga o tēnei wahanga tuatahi. And so he mea nui kia whai wāhi atu, kia whakawero anō rānei i a tūranga nui i te haukainga. It's a great opportunity. 2 minutes out from the half-time hooter to actually have another crack before that whistle blows. So let's hope they got some good shape here.
Then Beatty will come out and have a look down the right edge. Holding, chip over the top, chip for the regather. Is the bounce kind? The bounce is kind. The run for the line is solid. 5 metres out from the try line. Tauranga, can they get across the line before the half-time break? Into the hands here of Fetu McGee. He's plenty tough. He's only a metre or 3 away from the try line. Here's a good opportunity for Gisborne. To the back they come, driving forward. Luafalealo. He's short though, but not by much. Can Hamilton repel Gisborne here? Asking plenty of questions, really shining the light on the defence and character of the defence here for Hamilton Boys. Desperately need the try if able. Keep your eye out for Punahiki. It's Gisborne still working hard. Right there, you can see them trying to grind their way forward, but it's been knocked on.
Oh, well, you know, that all started back from he again, chip over the top, regathering, and they went into what we call a chip and dip or a pick and go, and it just kept on going around the corner, but good defence there by Hamilton Boys right on the line.
E, ko te mate pea, ko te haere taki tahi atu. He pai ake pea kia haere taki rua, taki toru. Initially, some of those phases, they were running in 2s or 3s. That player there just got found out by himself and unfortunately knocked the ball over on the line.
So the restart by the number 10, Dallas Rata Markinen. And it goes deep at the back. So it's okay. Now Gisborne have the football, and that's a solid tackle as well by the replacement. That's Luke Hills. Little show at the moment, Becco Page. Beatty. Gisborne maintaining some pressure here. Fetu McGee's had a solid first half, but it's a turnover. And Hamilton Boys will be aware that the halftime hooter is not too far away. Jake Raybards. As Swan picks up one of his runners, settling on the halfway line. Driving in to assist is Tom Martin, the talented rake here for Hamilton Boys High School. Right up, marking it once again. Consistent, the combination he's got here with Swan is smart, and Swan slides through. Tries to get a little pass away, but it has been knocked on, and we'll pack the scrum down here. And there's your halftime hooter. 19-5 is the scoreline, and credit to both teams for the way they've played that first half of football here in this pool play of Super 8 rugby. Calling all my minutes, some thoughts?
Yeah, for me, it's like Hamilton just continue doing what you've been doing, be a little bit more innovative. For Gisborne Boys, I think if they're going to play the way they are in the 3-3-1, they need to be a little bit flatter in their pod system and make sure they go out the back every now and then. And then if they do break the line, which they have been a lot on one-on-ones, they just need 1 or 2 people with them so they can offload it. That's my thoughts anyway.
Te kaumā iwa ki te rima ko te haukainga tērā e puta ana I tō rātou ihu I tēnei wahanga tuatahi I tēnei whiringa whakataitai ki te Super 8 Secondary Schools Rugby Competition. It's been a privilege to bring you some coverage here in the first half. Koutou e haere tawhiti, e whai ake nei, ko e tihi atu o ngā whutuporo, te haere ake nei. Kia ora rā.
Morena, beautiful people.
Look at me, look at her!
Wow.
Hee-haw, hee-haw.
much.
Sounds ominous. Keep our kaumatua cool.
Oh, you went all the way to the KKK, eh?
Yeah.
Hurry up!
Okay. Make Māori Plus your mate. Download the app today.
Funding is a real challenge. We know that a lot of schools face that ongoing, and the reality is if you go to a lower decile school in New Zealand, you are less likely to be able to afford to participate in sport.
Obviously, having come through it myself with kids and being one of those kids myself who played sport, I know how much it defined who I was. And now being able to go, I can't fix it all, but we can help and try and give to those people who are going through a tough time. It's a real privilege, but you know, for us, we want to see others get involved in this. This is not a selfish thing for Apollo. This is about how can we get, whether it's construction or other businesses, to get involved in this.
There's a lot of things that kids miss out on, and so to have businesses step up and want to be involved and to help is a game changer for schools. It really is.
The forest should never have been taken off this steep hill country that's eroding, and it makes absolute sense to afforest those hills. What we're doing here is using the exotics to help that process get established. We're looking at a managed transition process where those pines are progressively thinned as the native understory establishes. We're trying to do several things here. Soak up carbon, establish native forest, and we're trying to improve biodiversity. You're achieving an awful lot with one program of activity.
And go! Just fill up at a participating Caltex, stack your pump discounts, and you could collect more savings on your next visit. Oh, there's another one. Getting quite good at this. Filling and saving. Feels good.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Yeah.
This isn't about long-distance calling, technology, or living overseas.
Do I have one more bid? Thank you.
We're going to go once. We're going twice.
And we are sold to the Kiwi phone bidder from Manchester.
It's about Bailey's finding buyers that others can't.
Well, welcome back. As you can see, both teams in a huddle here, and a pleasure to have you with us. I'll remind you too, yes, it's about sport, but it's about talking with each other about the role that sport plays in our whānau and in our community. With that in mind, it says it right across the bottom of your screen right now, Māori Active. Let's all do something. If it's going for a walk or doing some gardening, involving your mokopuna in sport or touch or swimming, hey, the options are endless. But that's what this whole kaupapa is about, celebrating activity through rangatahi coverage, but ultimately it's about us all being more active.
Anake, te whai ki te kura, ara ko te ao te mātauranga anō hoki, te kaha ki te taitai mai ki te kura I ia rā, tēnei mea te kaiarahitanga anō hoki. So I suppose it's not only just the sporting element of school, Dad, the importance of attendance, of your grades, of leadership opportunities. So no doubt these kids will be, or these young men will be having those opportunities to excel in school as well.
Well, that's what I used to say to you as well. You make sure that you go to school, no shooting off to the beach instead of the footy. Let's have a look at the tries as they came to be. The first of them through Waito Hainga after 6 minutes. Mele Baker.
Yeah, just a slick piece of rugby down the end here. Became a quick tap. And then all it is through hands here, coming back inside the defence. That was a bit solid there, held them out for a wee while. But again, back on that short side, and all he did was come on the inside.
You know, these aren't so just the tries, it's also the lead up too. It was sustained pressure. In fact, there was a wonderful opening as the first try was in after 6 minutes, and then Guerin scoring as well. And a good game so far. That's Maxwell Culler down the left edge for the home team. Gisborne on the other hand, well, they fought very hard. As you can see, Hamilton and their defensive work solid, including efforts there from Ollie Guerin, who had a good first half of footy. And Gisborne, hey, they're a plucky outfit. They've got a bit of attitude that they've brought up to the Waikato as well. This is the try from Guerin. And the best try really still to come. Hihi, as we'll see, doubled up here with that carry for James McKay. He's been very good as well, but Hihi initiated the play and ultimately was able to score here. You'll see him coming across in just a moment. And there's the try. That was Hihi. And Anderson wrapped it up in the try-scoring stakes. This is still some of the highlights from that first half of action.
Yeah, Gisborne has been a really, really good, as you could see on some of those highlights, are really good at getting on the outside shoulder of the defender and just opens up on those one-on-one attacks. And I just sort of said just before the half-time, if they could just get a little bit of support so they could offload or even from the deck as well, just to really sort of put that pressure on Hamilton.
Ko te haukainga tēnei e whanahi ana I te poro, e oma hoki ana mai te raki ki te tonga. Ko tamanui te rā tērā e iri maina I te rangi pai huarere tēnei mo te hākina nei arā ko te whutuporo uni ana.
Tēnā koe. It's really a neat opportunity as a long-time broadcaster to work alongside our son here, and many, of course, a colleague and friend. We've called a lot of football together. Don't get too many opportunities with Moiho. He's a kura kaupapa teacher proudly too at Te Whanakuru o Manurewa. A bit of a plug for our tauira who might be taking interest in what their kayako does with himself on the weekend. Hamilton Boys High School on the boil again as Jackson Brotherway gets in there, but the ball's been knocked on. I thought it had. No, rolling on with it. Rata Makene again with the football as Hamilton set. Swan, right. Nice play from Waitahainga. Picks up Guerin. Their combo's been very solid here this afternoon. Due to the prop forward, Van der Hayden. Lays a platform. Swan with a little left foot kick. The chase is good. The take at the back is solid as well.
Oh, wow. That's excellent defence there by the Gisborne boys and defending that kick as well. But it looks like they've pulled a penalty for offside for Hamilton boys. So it'll be, for me, that kick it straight into that corner, set the set piece up and maybe even wall it.
Ka nui aku mihi ki ngā paumua o tēnei kapa o kirikiriroa. I'm really pleased to see the rugby IQ of our forwards of Hamilton boys. They've got good shape. They sometimes run the block play, also known as a shadow play, and if they're not receiving the ball, they're running that front door line too. So it's awesome to see from the home team.
It's some replays of just the recent action. This is Hamilton boys, as you can see, poised about 3 metres out from the try line. The climb is slick. Corbin Dunlop does well. Here come the big boys as well. Tommy Martin on the wraparound, just a metre or so away from the try line. Out to Liam Van der Hayden, who comes towards the line. The big prop forward. He's repelled at the last moment by Gisborne. Still got a bit of attitude on D, but they are under the pump as Hamilton issue challenge after challenge, this time grinding their way through. Burrowing, trying to get underneath the defensive line. They're set nicely, and having a look there is Swan. I think he's done enough. Mitch Swan's a class act, and he's able to get across the line, despite the efforts there of Gisborne's Tyrone Moheni. He's a good player, and continuing with a great season in 2024. Swan, the skipper, and the try scorer.
Yeah, look at these, the pick and goes or the chip and dits, however you want to call them these days. We all know that forwards love it when they get to the inch of that white line and they just kept on going. For me, it's the defence. They start to disintegrate here on the left-hand side. He probably isn't quite, he's disassociated or disconnected from that ruck area. He needed to come in and be a little bit closer to defend that.
Hangarite ana tērā piro. I tērā piro kāre I eke I te wahanga tuatahira. Very similar to the opportunity that Gisborne had in the closing minutes of the first half. However, Hamilton were able to ice that try there, right next to the sticks.
26-5. You know, the score can blow out. It's been a solid effort here for Gisborne, but look, they've conceded 4 tries. And, of course, a couple have been converted as well. So, while the scoreline might seem a big lead and a comfortable advantage here for the home team. They've got to pay some tribute to Gisborne. They're still very much in the fight as we get to the restart. This one from Mr. Melevono.
Just like to celebrate all the athletes that made the trip across to Wee Party. And we had the opening ceremony to the 2024 Paris Olympics this morning. Unfortunate mere around our 7 squad dropping out in the quarters.
Oh, poor guys. You know, those open rounds, they were amazing, man. They looked good. They looked good, but South Africa just came back, you know. And they did have a couple of hard games, Ireland. They just pipped Ireland in the pool play, and it was tough, wasn't it? It's very tough.
Let's hope our ladies go a bit further than our Taitamatane, our Iratane did.
Well, it's going to be exciting too. Plenty of Māori athletes on show as well in various sports across in Paris. Back into the action, and again, reminded that there's still plenty of fight here from the boys from Gisborne. Big prop forward, charges his way forward. As you can see, about 30 metres out from the try line at the moment, but for a moment I thought it was a knock-on. They'll recharge and recalibrate, but it's been a turnover here, and Hamilton come away with it on the far side. Tom Martin keeps the ball alive. He's done some good work, the hooker. Of course, the squad coached by Greg Kirkham. Dwayne Hihi is the kaiako for the team from Tauranga. Shuffling the ball down the right-hand side. They don't really need to do too much. They can be a bit patient with their work as Brotherway comes in to get things moving. That's the halfway line, right on the koru, the distinctive Whakata Māori logo. Centre field here on field number 1. It's Hamilton Boys this Saturday afternoon. Well, that ball's done nicely through to Maxwell Cutter. And referee makes a call here. For a moment, Isabelle Vuno thought he'd be away with the football.
Yeah, he's called them offside here, but, you know, the continuity that Hamilton are just wave after wave. They've got some really good depth in their back line, and they come at it pace. So they're just coming and hitting space like there's no tomorrow, and they can read it as well. It's really hard to defend when they're coming at with that depth and that width as well.
Well, I'm sure there's a hand touched the ball there, Saffron to Rotorua Brown, who touched the football, but they've got some lovely flat passing as well, which is born out of a lot of game time together and understanding how each other reads the other's skill set. And there's a touch there. Gisborne bringing on a few more subs. We'll keep you posted as best we can once we identify them. 7 gone in the second half, 26-5. It's the lead here. Well, the team running second in Super 8 and likely to contest the final, one would think, as the ball comes out for Beatty. Lovely play here from Waitai Hainga. Looking to link up out wide with Ross Anderson, who's already scored one, but this one goes a little astray and into touch on the far side of the field.
Ki te atu I te mahere, rautaki I te prene me ki, mo te whāngai I te poro, mai tetehi pito whenua o te whira ki tetehi atu. Hara mai ana ngā kairiwhi ki te whakakiki I ngā pūtu o rātou hoa. Call for some new allies. Fresh legs.
Yeah, Ziggy Coleman coming into the mix here. Good climb and take as well from Tana Bristow.
Me mihi ka tika ki tēnei whānau, ara te whānau hihi, ko te teina tēnei, kei te kura tonu, hoki ngā mahara ki tana tuakana, mum and dad coaching and managing, and the sibling opportunity that the hihi whānau had to play alongside each other was very special.
Well, that ball's been stolen here by Hamilton, and now putting some pressure on at the back. A nice take, but they're bundled into touch. The ball's flicked back on the inside as it play on. Referee Ben Brownlee is well positioned to make a call on that. And then the chip over the top. This from the new man on the field, Duodoa Brown. Brotherway, he's had a good game, the fullback. Finds Anderson on the far side, angles back in, where he's wrapped up in the tackle of Tavake. But still, Hamilton Boys, Ralph, solidly defended as well. Beautiful hands here Waita high up onto Cutter down the left edge. Cutter's being good and steps back onto the inside. Hamilton set themselves. Swan through Urata Makine. Their combo has been very effective as Swan having trouble getting the ball from the base of the ruck, and there will be a penalty. Swan takes it quickly. He's away. Turns it on, back to Swan. Oh, beautiful. Back and forward, back and forward. You get it. No, you get it. No, I'll get it. Okay, then I'll get it. Urata Makine is in the score.
Oh, well, I suppose we're in Tainui Waka, and that goes to show that we follow Tainui Waka kawa o protocol at the marae. Tū atu, tū mai, tū atu, tū mai. Great opportunity there from our halfback. He's sharp, isn't he? Let's have a look at this. No, you go under the stick.
No,
you're too kind.
Yeah, man, you take it through.
High five to you, high five to me. High five, everyone. But let's talk about the pressure of that as well. And that comes down to, I think Hamilton's figured out that Gisborne Boys are really good one-on-one, and they're actually trapping them in that tackle and turning the ball over. They've done it twice now.
Yeah.
So they need to, the Gisborne Boys need to sharpen up their support. That is the issue right now.
Oh, ka rongo ia māma e umere ana, haparangi ana ki tana tama ka tahi anō ka eke I te whira. Mr. Nico, ka mihi rā ki ona kāwai whakapapa.
Nice little
I think we got Nico Fan right in front of us.
It was good work there as well. But Nico Dromgold's just making his play here. Again, if you're watching, and whānau from players from the other Super 8 squads. Nē rā te mihi. Ka koutou. Hope you've enjoyed season 2024. It's a great test. Really cool to be able to bring it to whakata Māori. You know, some parts of Aotearoa prefer not to have live coverage of their Super 15 rugby, but not so, the Super 8 schools. So we understand the geographical logistics have been able to support players as we once again get turned on to some of the action that they're able to display. And Ollie Guerin slicing through with another beautiful run. And he's able to take it all the way back to back in just a couple of minutes. And the scoreline ballooning out. And Gisborne really doing it tough at the moment. 11 gone in the second half. Another lovely try to Ollie Guerin.
Yeah, that comes right from the 22, right on the edge as well. They get that, and this comes right over to the other edge. Look at those flat passing, hitting it at pace is here, and Guerin the show and the go, and he has to just go again. The show's with the ball, but the speed on him on the inside and the outside.
Broken defensive line and numbers to burn that Hamilton have on that left-hand edge. Going through a bit of a practice training session run at the moment. Unfortunately, it's hard to swallow for the Gizzy boys because for the bulk of the game they've really competed, and let's hope it doesn't balloon out too far.
Gisborne or Gisborne?
Gizzy.
Oh, oi. No, Gizzy. Tūranga. Te go te.
Or just Ngāti Porou. Well, we could go that way as well.
Porou's up the coast. We're on whakata around Gisborne Township. But it's a wonderful area.
I had a friend who unfortunately lost her mum at Waipiro Bay, and rather than going down to Gizzy or Gisborne and then back up to Waipiro Bay, I went around the fish. It took me like 2 or 3 hours longer than going straight to Gizzy.
Highway 35, that one.
Yeah. It was sick.
Get yourself a power pie.
Oh, State Highway 35. Anyway, eye on the prize, 38-5. It's going to be a
cruising down the highway, 38.5. Gotta love whakata Māori. We're allowed to do this sort of stuff.
But I don't know. Shane, the boss, might be giving you an email, rapping you over the proverbial knuckles. So, hey, this is serious sport. Stop singing in the middle of the commentary. That's your fault, Medi.
Hey, as Stevie Nicks would say, I do what I do, I write the way I write.
Oh, cut it out. She says thunder only happens when it's raining. And don't get started. Minnie's been going through a Stevie Nicks phase. She's going to start wearing gypsy clothing and lace petticoats.
That scrum, did you see that scrum? Just straight to the ground. That means that there's a lot of pressure going on both scrums, and that means it's a lot of pressure on that front row. They might have to come out with their painters.
How beautiful is the tohu? Yeah, it could be the paint.
Could be the paint.
Oh, ngā mihi. To our tuahine, our sister Peta.
Bit of an artist.
Got out there with her paintbrush and was here all night.
I don't know, is it circular or is that an oblong? The beautiful kore, the distinctive tohu of Whakata Māori.
Oh, good scrum. Solid.
Well, it sounded solid. This time, Rata marking it. Oh, these guys are just running hot. Commentator's curse, of course, still keeping it alive. Back it goes to Jackson Brotherway. He's been everywhere today.
Good pass.
Peeling it across to Stefan Newman. And down the right edge once again comes Ross Anderson on the fly. Back on the inside. Guerin. Well, he's been exceptional. Let's try number 3.
He's gearing up for try number 4.
Absolutely.
Well, gearing up, Guerin. I tell you what, though, it starts with the passes. They're going straight into hand, just right in front of it, and they're coming at that pace as well. A little bit of an offload there, goes right out there. We thought they looked like they went out, didn't it? But they kept it alive.
Like Brotherway. And then whipping it across goes Newman. Again, Guerin holds himself on the inside. Anderson gets through one. This is nice. Waits the pass beautifully. And he doesn't need a second invitation. This man, Ollie Guerin, showing that he's a player of tremendous potential at the moment. Ollie. 3 tries here.
Hare te me he tauhau tēnei toki. Mo te tākaro ki tēnei taumata. Whai wāhi atu ia ki ngā New Zealand Barbars under 18s Chiefs as well. And the new addition 7 squad. Ko tana tua tangata meki is one of his favourite kai tākaro is Rico Ioane. Hei tōna wā. He hiha nōna kia eke ki te ao tākuta, studying physiotherapy. Tana tautua rua ki tēnei o ngā tīma.
Yeah. Let's not talk about 7s, eh? Don't bring it up.
15s today.
Yeah.
Proud moment for our tuahine Orini Kaupara is with the New Zealand team, and there's a wonderful celebration of kaupapa Māori within the squad that we've sent to Paris.
Hei apiti atu, Dale, kua katahi anō ka putaina he puka puka. Tahi mano kupu.
Aina.
Te roa, e hāngai ana ki ngā taumā heke heke o te ao. This has been a glossary of 1,000 words and terms to utilise in the Olympics. And these terms, or these kupu, weren't created. And so there was an opportunity for some mātangata wānanga around what would best fit. So check it out, it's online, it's downloadable, and celebrate Aoreo in all contexts.
Te Napier, it's a good one. First entry, snails, no thanks. Here's the kick. Little chip over the top. That's off to Wairua Brown. Great player. Took a little bit of a knock as he went to the deck. Just been coming back. That's been knocked on there, and another little split, a break, looking for the runners. Half volley is good. Here's the downtowner. Now they're all scarpering after the football. It's into Anderson's hands. Anderson stumbling, sliding, still alive, still coming at him. And towards the line. Oh, so very close there for Corbin Dunlop. It's still alive, though. It's still alive. It's the big number 8, Jake Raybards, is in to score another one. Look, it's a tough day at the office here for Gisborne, but you've got to take your hat off too, as well, to this Hamilton outfit. They are running hot at the moment. At 50-5 with the kick to come as the big number 8 in to score, Jakey Raybards.
Me whakamihi I ngā kahis o Gizi, kaue mate wheke mate ururoa. They were down on troops, didn't give up at all.
Well, speaking of Rotorua, we've got Rotorua receiving his doctorate today, so acknowledging our rangatira and the maki he's done for Ngai Māori over the years. As we get another look here, Anderson's been good. Look at him. I thought he's going to go all the way. I thought he might slide to the line. But in the end, Ray Bartz was there. Some nice lead-up work as well from Corbin Dunlop. They're looking good, and I tell you, if they do make the final meeting, they'll be hard to beat. They always are, Hamilton boys.
Oh, absolutely. They're a class act, aren't they?
Yeah.
As well. And, if we look at the stats there, it looks like it's going to be Tauranga Boys, but Tauranga Boys have been playing outstanding. They, again, as well, are an attacking team, that just like Hamilton Boys. But I think that, you know what? I don't know. I'm not going to call it early, but Hamilton Boys' defence is pretty good. So we'll see how it goes. But if we look at this replay here, the defence for me was so good by Gisborne Boys. They came across, never give up attitude, made sure they made their tackles, they held right to the line. Look at him here. That's really, there's two people in there trying to stop him. That should have been a try, but they stopped there. But yes, we all know they got the try in the end. But man, right on the death of the corner over there, they didn't give up. And that is what rugby's all about.
Well, the weight of possession against them, still 15 to play, 50 points to 5. Gisborne desperately needs some possession here as the restart off the boot of Isabelli. There's been some impressive showings here, and once again, they look up at the scoreboard, and that's when it's dangerous too, when you just play heads-up footy. Nothing to lose. They can do chip kicks, regathers, anything you like. As Storm Thea gets hold of it for Gisborne. Try down the short side. And just try and slow things down a little bit, Gisborne, and take the pace off the game. At the moment, everything's in favour of the home team. And Gisborne just need to settle things down. They want to minimise the damage, although obviously they're 45 points behind already. It's counting up the tries. We've seen 5 in the second half now, so 8 tries all up.
Yeah, but they've pulled a penalty as well. Yeah, this never give up attitude. Pump it down into that corner there. Get a good reset. No, they tapped it. So they're off and they're away.
Ko hihi tonu tēnā. Pōhehe no etehi he paumuri kē ia, engari e mahi ana ia I ngā mahi a ngā paumua. Big up to him for putting his hand up and getting his hands dirty for a bit of inspiration.
Little Falealo's into the mix. James Hamblin is on as well to the fullback, Leach Waihi. Nice little step here from Brown on the outside. Gisborne is still game. Hamblin pushing the ball across, just trying to break free, but you know, while their attack has been very good, the defensive qualities on display here from the boys from Kirikiriroa. Once again, impressive. Let's see if the numbers are there for Gisborne on the far side of the field. Close to the touchline. Is that a turnover? No, it's not. Boys from Tauranga still have the football. And through the hands of Hihi, who goes to ground here. 22 metres out from the try line. A good opportunity. Looking down the left edge, left corridor, but the ball has gone loose, regathered, but the referee has seen the faux pas and will call them back. It'll be a scrum feed here for Hamilton Boys High School.
Yeah, they good continuity. They had everything there. For me, on that when they got there, look at this replay. They come down the left-hand side. They're holding it. I like that better. Like I said at the first half, they're really good on one-on-one and getting on in behind the game line, which they have been doing right now. And there just opens it up there. Catch pass, good skill work there. Comes back inside, right on the edge here. And then they come back to the middle. The middle here where I thought they should have gone right. If they went right and gone back to an edge again, it would have split that defence to come back again. I just wanted them to go back to the edge.
Ollie Parkinson is in. Mitch Swan has had a wonderful game. Quite understandably, he's been given a spell. Nice opportunity to blood new players in. And Ollie Parkinson with his opportunity here for Hamilton Boys High School. But some really neat combinations. Corbin Dunlop's chimed in as well. Really been pleased with the form from Te Toko Kara Maxwell. And Tommy Martin through the middle has been solid today. So an opportunity for Greg Kirkham to not experiment, but give some game time to some of his younger players, perhaps in their first year of first 15 rugby. But it's been a solid show. Still plenty to enjoy, as well as we've got just on 11 minutes to play here in the second half and a big scoreline, yes. But what is pleasing is the attitude on display here too from the Gisborne guys, outgunned, but still willing to have a go. And he's put a little bit of work together, Saffin Tuo to a Brown, who's come in. So Gisborne still with the football. Down to the left, looking for the cutout ball. On the far side, Tumaki Stewart. That's him with the football now. Pressing forward just a couple of metres. And still in control of Hamilton, Korino mai o whakaro e moeha.
He piki ngā wairua, te kite atu, kei reira tonu te hiahia, kei reira tonu te whaanga aturanga. A ki te wero hia, ki te wero I te hoariri. Oh, unfortunate result there, but it's pleasing to see the resilience and the enthusiasm that Gisborne still have.
Yeah, they're maintaining some attitude out there as well. It's important not to hang your heads, even though you've had half a century of points scored against you. We'll take our hats off to these young guys, and of course to their whānau watching in here on Whakata Māori. They still hold their heads up. They're up against the crack outfit with a huge reputation in this sort of field, Super 8. Even in the international arena, Hamilton Boys High School is held in very high regard. We see more replacements coming on, and understandably so. But Sio Tavake is in jersey number 18. There'll be some other changes here, no doubt. Ollie Parkinson is in the mix, I see, for the home team. Maybe Noel Walker is in the mix as well. It's him in 19. One has eluded everybody. The bout's important. Who will come up with it? Referee Brownlee calling us back here for some action. What needs to happen here now for the Gisborne team, do you think? I mean, hey, they've already scored some tries. Give the ball some air, or is it for them to tighten up defence here, Eddie?
Yeah, they need to tighten up the defence to start off with, and that's the first thing. But on their attack, the one thing that probably is they just don't have the support on the attack. They're making the gain line, which is, you know, from a coaching point of view, that's the first thing you want is to make gain line. But the second thing is you need those support lines to come in and hit it hard so they can create the pressure. The other things in crucial moments, they haven't actually hit the line, and that's where the problem is that the defence haven't been able to come up. They haven't snatched them out, and so then it puts more pressure on their attack. So for me, it's for them, tighten up the defence, and on attack, they need the support.
Ollie Parkinson is in the mix too, first year in the first 15 squad for Parkinson from Hamilton Boys High. So, Gisborne have the football, the back rower, Tavake, keeps it alive on the far side of the field. Well, that was a ball that really went to no one, and now they've put more pressure on themselves here for Gisborne, looking to secure the football as the forwards retreat to offer some support, still close to their line.
Man, the fullback for Gisborne has done a fantastic job. He's been in the right place at the right time every single time, and he's been under pressure so many times.
Simele the kick for touch unsuccessful into the hands of Henry Lumley. He steps it out again. Lumley shuts one away, then swerves and angles himself towards the try. Lumley, the lovely contribution. And that's try number 6 in the second half for Lumley. And young Henry showed some good swervability.
Yeah, tēnā koe I tō whakamihi I te whurupeke ma Gisborne e te tuahine, te hiku, ko puku mahi katoa ia I tēnei rā. Playing tidy up work and the clearance by our winger wasn't the greatest, and then just through the hands, Lumley back over the chalk.
I tell you what, though, he was coming from the left-hand side. He's not the fullback. He was coming across, and Lumley had already bumped off someone. So when he came across, he overshot. And then Lumley just came on the inside and scored. And, like, that's tough as someone who's coming. You can read the play to come across, and then all of a sudden he overshoots a little bit. That's tough, isn't it?
It also goes to show the quality of the depth that Hamilton boys have by bringing on someone with the physique and the agility, evasive skills such as Lumley onto a already stacked backline. He's one to certainly keep an eye on.
Yeah, he looked good scoring that one. And Brotherway able to split the cow horns and add the extra. In fact, speaking of cow horns, where's the cowbells?
No, today.
No cowbells for our Waikato boys. So we get another look as well. So this is Henry Lumley, hasn't been on for too long. A little bit of a mid-step goosey and then a swerving, scything run.
That's the he coming across, Dale. And he just gets done on the inside. Ouch. Overshot himself.
Hey, he hasn't put his hand down for, the bulk of the game. What's that? 60 minutes, nearly an hour. Been going hundies, has he.
Coming up to half an hour into the second half, big scoreline, admittedly, Hormart watching in.
No,
Gisborne knew it was always going to be tough coming here to the home of a squad that's enjoyed so much support over the years. So many fine trophies in their cabinet. And Gisborne just trying to create something down the left edge. Timwaki Stewart pushing the ball on the far side. Coming in once again is he onto the big guys, just locking and loading it at the moment through the middle. Not trying to do too much. Might be a bit more expansive this time around. That pass showing good hands too because it was quite low. I'm sure those of you that love sport, certainly like supporting the underdogs, will be very happy to see Gisborne score a try before the end of the game.
Yeah, better.
James Hamblin is involving himself nicely. That's him with the football, delivering down the left edge. Dummy, straighten. Luke Hills is in the mix in 17 as well. Bristow gets it nice and cleanly through Hamlin once again, but it's a turnover. And it will be a scrum to be set here. Anderson's been very threatening down that right edge as well, Ross. He and Maxwell Cutter.
It's just really a sign of fatigue.
Showed some solidity out wide each time they've touched the ball. Yeah, there's a lot of fatigue setting in at the moment.
Better attack though, boys. Way better attack though, wasn't it? Edge to edge. One thing I can say about the attack on the edge is they're not quite attacking. So when they come back to an edge, they're actually flat and they need to come with a little bit more depth and they're just passing it. So they're not engaging with the defence. And if they can get that right, I think they'll be better on the edge.
The edge on the edge on the edge there?
The edge on the edge on the edge. I love it.
But as you can see, we've got people sort of playing maybe not in their preferred position. The likes of our winger Isi Meli Wono finding himself at first receiver at first five currently. I need to acknowledge Tyrone Mohini, who's been found out on the left hand side. Anone he winger he pariro ia o te tima. So yeah, people playing out of position and trying to give their best.
And another penalty to the home team. Well, as we kind of get down here, it could be in for another try as well because Hamilton have been running riot. It was 19-5 at the half-time break, and they have yet to concede another try, having posted 6 themselves. There's an example, the tap back, and then for the number 20 to run away. Ollie Parkinson. Great play. Good lead-up work by Leon Melsop as well. But Ollie came on as a replacement for Mitch Swan, and it's able to secure a 5-pointer on his squad's behalf also.
Oh, yeah. You know, that's great. The good support line on the inside. We look at the replay here. Takes it up good going up there. Nice, quick, fast ball, which was what we're looking for. That down the edge and looking for the support lines. You got good offload and then another offload, and he just takes off, doesn't he? Bit of a shimmy and a dimmy. Way he goes.
E hara taku toa I te tōtaki tahi, engari he tōtaki tini ke. One success is not that of his own, it's one of many, and that's another example of the depth of the bench of the Hamilton boys team. I'd like to also acknowledge the second 15s, the third 15s, our under 15s teams that are all part of this whānau in creating such a brand of rugby. So ki te kore koe whai wāhi atu ki te arawā kapa, me mehi tonu ki a koe o tira ki o pukinga mo tēnei o wā tātou kaupapa.
Well, Greg Kirkham would be pretty pleased, and the way he's utilised this bench has been very savvy. And he's got some good players, but blooding in some of these first 15 players. And I mean, there's another example of a real talent as well. And congratulations, another fine victory, 64 points to 5, and a sensational showing as well at the back from Jackson Brotherway, who is kicking so super smart. Hope you've been enjoying the action as well as we reflect on that one. Fantastic efforts from both, well, from the entire Hamilton boys squad, but hats off as well to Gisborne. They've been working really hard. And Moiho, kōrero mai, there's some great players in there who deserve to have some acknowledgement, but the second half effort after going into the break at 19-5, absolutely superb.
Tika tau, ka whai wāhi atu, māua ko mere ki te aro matawai, te whakaaro ki te huri tau, i ngā mahi kua whakahaere hia ki mo I te aroaro I tēnei wā. He oti anō. 64 points to 5 here at Hamilton Boys High School. We'll be back shortly after the break to catch up on some highlights and hopefully have an opportunity to speak to both captains of both teams. Kia mau tonu mai e hoa mā.
And go! Just fill up at a participating Caltex, stack your pump discounts, and you could collect more savings on your next visit. Oh, there's another one. Getting quite good at this. Filling and saving. Feels good.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Yeah.
This isn't about long-distance calling, technology, or living overseas.
Do I have one more bid? Thank you.
We're going to go once. We're going twice.
And we are sold to the Kiwi phone bidder from Manchester.
It's about Bailey's finding buyers that others can't.
Feel the mana.
Can I get a higher?
Do you know what it's like to be in a body that you can't connect to?
I'm not your brother.
You are a boy and not a girl!
Whatever it is, I'm here for you.
Make Māori Plus your mate. Download the app today.
Hoki mai anō e te iwi ki tēnei tukinga. I Wanganui I a kirikiri roa me Tūranganui a kiwa, ki whea, ki konei, tainui waka, tainui tangata. Waikato tani te wharau, he piko, he taniwha, he piko, he taniwha. What an effort it was here from the hometown. We are joined sideline, a koe nei ki te kai kāpene o tetihi o ngā kapa nei, ara ko Hamilton Boys. We'll throw to Dale, who's caught up with Mitch Swan, captain, halfback of the Hamilton Boys High School first 15.
Well, Mitch, firstly, congratulations. It was a good show out there today. You personally had a strong game. But, gee, your backline's been working really well together. And I guess you just got good familiarity. What's it mean to you to see them working so well?
Oh, it means everything, eh? Like, just all week we've been focusing on just the little things and getting those right, and that really showed out there today. So, yeah, we're proud of the boys.
And, of course, you made Guerin 3 tries as well. And at the back, the fullback as well, slotting them from all across the park. It must be confidence building as we head towards finals.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, our 15 was actually on debut, so he was pretty nervous before the game, but he done his job well, and yeah, just nailed his kicks, and that's what we wanted him to do.
It's a lot of pressure for you as the skipper as well of the school that's enjoyed tremendous success across the years. But this 2024 squad can hold their heads high. What are you looking forward to if you're lucky enough to make the final?
Oh yeah, I think the boys will really get up for it, and yeah, we're really just looking at it like another shot, another game, another opportunity to show what we can really do. So yeah, it's real proud. Yeah, looking forward to it.
Well, we've been enjoying your rugby, and of course, it wouldn't be the first halfback to make your way through to the All Blacks. I'm not suggesting that that's your fate, but certainly it's a great shop window for some superb young rugby talent, yourself included.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, there's a couple halfbacks coming through. So yeah, it's real good. Yeah.
And congratulations to you and your squad. Thanks very much. Go well.
Thank you.
Thank you. And Puna Hihi's coming on in. Puna, look, I know you came in as the underdogs. They were a crack outfit, but you guys didn't stop trying, and that says something about Gisborne Boys High School and the attitude that they take into their rugby. What can you take out of that game?
Oh, well, we coming here, we always know it's going to be a hard fight. We're up against the world's best around here, so we know it's a privilege to play on this field, privilege to play at this school. It's prestigious. Yeah, our boys, we got a lot of heart back in Gizzy. You know, we've been through some struggles lately with our a few prominent figures passing away in the sea. So yeah, boys had a lot of heart out there. Yeah.
And thank you for mentioning that. You know, right across the country when we lost those men at sea, it really did unite us. I want to also personally acknowledge your whānau because your papa has been involved, your mum, your bro, and of course as the captain, how proud are you, despite the loss today, Puna, to be the captain of your school's first 15 squad?
No, it's been an honour to be captain in the side. You know, my dad's been through this school, my brother's been through this school. I was fortunate enough to play with my brother for 2 years, so yeah, that's a real honour and a privilege to captain the school. Yeah.
Kia koe, it's a whānau from Tauranga. Thanks very much and all the best going forward, Puna. It's good to see you again. Thank you. Ngā mihi.
Haere tonu ana ngā mihi ki tērā o ngā whānau. Hihi, no te aitanga maha ki tūhoi Ngāti Ruanui. It was nice to hear some words from both captains, Puna Hihi and that captain of the Hamilton boys who couldn't wipe a smile off his face, Mitch Swan. He would have a big smile with the pearly white stone as well if you were successful with quite a prominent lead and victory here at Hamilton Boys High.
Yeah, it was that's a classy outfit out there, the Hamilton Boys High. They do have nines coming out, going round and round, with Noah Hawtham as well, been in the All Blacks. So again, Mitch Swan is he's just slipped into those boots, hasn't he?
Well, I know there's been about 9 or so tries to 1. Let's have a little look at some of the highlights this time round.
Yeah, we're coming through here. It's got Anderson again. He's been prominent in most of these tries as well. And there he goes, the offload, and nice and strong. Good defence here by the Gisborne boys, but here goes the number 8. He just picks it up and over he goes.
Yeah, me uaua ka kite tēnei tū āhuatanga where one team certainly stands out a bit more than the others, but you've got the hometown advantage and you're sitting second on the table, so there's a reason why you're up there. But I'd just like to mihi to the resilience of Gisborne boys who never gave up.
Yeah, you can see the Gisborne boys are playing 1-3-3-1. He tries to kick himself out of this, but nice little offload here. We get the substitute on as well, and he bumps him off. And again, it comes on the inside and then goes on the outside. Lumley over to score.
Am I allowed back in to join this gang or what now that I've come back off the field?
Let's go.
Hey, great stuff as well. We've been witnessing some good young talent. They just need to keep their heads about them. It's about going through each play, doing what you're expected to do, doing it with some confidence. This is one of the latter tries, of course, back on the inside. And it was Parkinson who was away to score in his first year in the first 15. So once again, it's become a great opportunity. Now listen, we'd like to thank you for watching today's broadcast of our game between Hamilton and Gisborne. We'd also like to thank the camera, our sponsors, Apollo Projects and Bailey's, Caltex and New Zealand Carbon for all that you do for New Zealand secondary school sport. Thanks to Whakata Māori for today's broadcast. And on behalf of our producers, Waina Miller and Janine Tuivaiti, the director, Alex Miller, we'd like to thank you for watching today's broadcast of the Super 8 First 15 Rugby here at Hamilton Boys High School. On behalf of Mene Baker and Moiho Husband and me, we're signing off. Have an excellent rest of your weekend. Neira te mihi, neira te mihi. Ka koutou katoa. That's us from Hamilton. Ka pai tō rā. And remember, continue watching Rangatahi Sport on Māori Active and Whakaata Māori. Hei konei.